Hello everyone and welcome back once again to CareerQ, a place to curate your career. So I have previously said that when I was trying to switch my organization, I had received calls from a lot of organizations and had also received some of the offers. I had multiple offers while I was joining, and one of them was from Accenture, and so I thought of making this series of how and what all things go in the Accenture recruitment process and what you need to study. And I made this switch after 2 years of experience. So a candidate who has 2 years of experience, what sort of questions they need to answer, and how much is the person or the interviewer expecting from your end, and a lot of those kind of questions I will be answering in the series that I am preparing right now. So in today's video I will tell you when I received the call from Accenture and what all were the rounds, and in my upcoming videos I will in detail cover each and every round that happened. So before we start today's video, a very warm welcome to all of you to our channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe, and let's get started. I was serving my notice period, and a lot of my friends and colleagues told me that no, I should again sit in for some other companies as well. Although I was very satisfied, once again I was very satisfied. I have got a Big Four opportunity. What's the need to attend other interviews and give myself the undue pressure? But my colleagues and everyone, they were like, no, you should sit for other opportunities. It is a different issue or a different decision altogether where you want to join, but on the very first hand you should be sitting in one. So I was like, okay, let's do that. Let me keep my options open, and if something better comes up, very good. So I had kept my job search on, and I was okay with companies or HRs calling me and asking me about when I was free and scheduling some interviews and giving them. Okay, so but Accenture was one organization which did not approach to me for the entire 2.5 months of my notice period. Okay, the exact last date of my previous organization, that is of Capgemini, was 10th of December. Okay, and Accenture came to me on the 29th of November. So that's how late Accenture came to me, or the HR from Accenture called me, and she said that she asked me all the questions, that how many years of experience I have, and how much am I expecting, what is my current CTC, and a lot more, those generic HR questions that are there in the first telephone round that is held. And she was like, okay, are you willing to give this interview? And I was like, yes, but it's very late now. I mean, only 10 days are left and the process takes a lot of time. So I will be, my last date is very soon. How will this entire thing take place? So she was like, no, don't worry about that. We'll conduct everything very soon, and if you're willing, we can conduct the interview tomorrow itself, and we can proceed that way. So the process will be very fast. You don't need to worry. Since it's an urgent requirement, we have come here in the last minute, so that we do not have to wait. I was like, okay, that was an eye-opener. Like, the organizations actually have their candidates, have marked certain candidates, and they are just waiting for the last date to appear. And as soon as the last date is approaching, the HRs call these people that, okay, now we would like to take your interview and we would do this processing very fast and we'll onboard you. So I was like, okay, theek hai, I'm willing to give interview. And my technical round, you would not believe, the call came at 11 AM morning on 29th of November, and on that day itself at 6:30 PM they kept my technical round. So on the phone call, the HR had said that we will make this process very fast and we will conduct this interview tomorrow itself. But last minute they scheduled it for the evening 6:30. I was like, okay, keep it at 6:30, I'm available. And the interview was scheduled. It was scheduled for half an hour, but the person came, and it was just one-to-one interview. The person was a technical guy, and he asked me a lot about this cloud and everything related to cloud and my concepts, and what I worked, and what was the project that I worked upon, and what were the day-to-day responsibilities, and some definitions also, some terminologies related to cloud. And he asked that whether I know this thing, that thing. Some things I knew, some things I was not aware of. Then he was like, okay, I think this round went well. I will send your feedback, and you can expect a call from the HR. So that is your cue. After I finished my interview, this is something that I do from my end. I mean, it's a habit that I have. It's not something that I would recommend as a necessary or mandatory step, but it's just something that I feel polite about, that and HR has called you, he or she has scheduled something for you, he has taken up so many follow-ups with you, so it becomes my moral responsibility that I call that person and I tell him or her that yes, this is the interview went and how it went, and you know, like keep them informed that the thing is over now. Whatever it is, just let me know, and thanks in advance for this opportunity. That's all. A little, I mean, 2-minute phone call I give it. I did not receive a phone call after that, so I was like, I think it did not go that well, because I have not received anything, and had it been so fast, I would have heard something back. Okay, so I thought that okay, now it's a no probably. I was not really down because I already have an offer, so I don't have to really worry that okay, only 10 days are remaining. And the next day in the morning, matlab around 9:30, I was about to have my breakfast and I received this call from the same lady that, you know, the interview went well and we have got good response from the interviewer, and we have proposed your name to our client, and now the client wants to interview you. So it was again a half an hour interview. This was also a technical round, but it was a bit, the level was a bit higher than the previous one. So previous one had just these basic questions and just, you know, what I was doing and what my responsibility. So, you know, questions picked up from my resume and a bit of basic definition questions, and some advanced questions also, to which it was okay if I did not answer. But the client interview, there was again this lady who was not an Indian. She first asked me about my current role of what I was doing in this organization, and she tried to understand, and then she asked me about the technologies and a lot more. So those kind of discussions happened, but it was a bit difficult, I would say. It did not actually last for 30 minutes. It was like 22 or 23 minutes, okay, not even 25 minutes. So this time I was a bit dissatisfied. I've cleared this one technical round and the organization was okay, but the client came and then now she was probably not that satisfied. So I was like, chalo abhi, now I need to work on myself. Wherever I'm going, I need to work on these questions and everything. And I was like, okay, I've at least learned a lot from this interview, that okay, these are the things also that the people are expecting, or at least the clients for whom you want to work, they are expecting. So I was like, okay, I need to work upon these things. At 1 PM, 1:20 to 23, as I said, the call had ended. And after that, I did not hear from that. As said, I again had called the HR who was, you know, conducting and scheduling all of this, that the interview has ended, and that it went more or less, it was so-so, it was not really good, not really bad. But I just asked her that please let me know whatever happens, even if it is a no, just let me know that. So she was very polite and very, you know, soft spoken. And we have received the client feedback, and now the HR wants to talk to you, and we will have the salary discussion and everything. So what are you doing at 8 PM today? I was shocked. I was like literally taken aback that I know that they want me, I mean, they want this process to end and this process to be very fast, but like this much, I mean, it was really rigorous, you know, mentally. It was like, no, I have to sit now, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. So I was like, okay, I can have this discussion at 8 PM, I'm available. And the HR called me at 8 PM, and I mean, she was such a pro. She was not getting satisfied with that. Yes, you have to give a proper reasoning, and you have to give, you know, a proper situation she was giving to you, and those were tricky situations. So I was like very dumbstruck. She was a real pro at her job. The salary discussion also, she had this bar, and she was not, you know, she wanted me. There was a need, there was a requirement, and they have undergone so many. They have also included the client, so you can see how much of pain they have already undergone. They want me, but she was not ready to bend. She was not like, okay, whatever you say, we will offer you. That was not the case. She was like, no, we cannot do this, we cannot give you this. It was a bit of haggling and everything for, you know, a bit of when will you be able to join, not join, how do I believe that you'll be joining here and not that organization, and a lot more of those kind of questions. It took a lot of convincing, and then she said that, okay, we have shortlisted you, you are selected, we will be sending an offer letter by EOD tomorrow. Okay, so the next day, but before that we want some documents. I will be sending you an email, and you need to fill and send those documents to us so that we can initiate the background verification, and after that, you know, we will be sending you the offer letter. So that was that, and yes, I received the mail that evening itself. As she had promised, the next day 5 around, I had received my offer letter consisting of the salary breakup and everything, and of course the time before which I needed to accept and everything. So that is how this entire process went. So yeah, it was hectic. It was very rigorous. It was a 2-3 day process that went, and continuously these 3 days they kept me busy. There were rounds and rounds and rounds, and I won't say that all of them were easy. But yeah, it was worth it. It was worth an experience. That was how I received my Accenture offer. What I am not implying here is that this may not be the case for each and every one of you. This was my case because they had this urgent requirement or something like that at that time. But at other times this process can also take months. And also, if they are the first organization that is approaching a candidate, then it takes time. So I will also explain what happened to me when I was giving this interview at PwC, okay, how much time it took. So because that process was not as fast as this one, because this Accenture now had this competition that, okay, if I don't take this candidate here, she already has an offer, so she will go there. So that is a race. But when Accenture has approached you, your first organization, in that case they will delay a lot. So this process can also take months. No need to worry like, okay, it happened like this for her, so why is it not happening like that for me? It's not like that. The process is different. I'm just here to share what happened with me, and not really sharing anything that will happen to each and every one. It's not generic process. It really depends on the requirements and everything. So it's just my experience, okay? So yeah, that's it. That's all that I have for you in today's video. If you like today's session, put a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. There are a lot of such informative content coming up just for you. So stay tuned to CareerQ. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.